Welcome to SKTV News. You're watching Primetime English News with me, Suchitra Rajkumari. First, the headlines. Narendra Modi's third-term prime ministerial oath ceremony scheduled tonight at Rashtrapati Bhavan. National Secretary of Republican Party of India, RPI Athawale Maheshwar Thaunawjam asks if security forces' duty is to evacuate people when armed miscreants attack. Two Maitai houses in Nungkhal village, including Laisabithol checkpost, set ablaze amid escalating situation. Magi Maira alleges Jiribam violence resulted from state government's insufficient security deployment, urges swift action to quell unrest within 15 days. And Committee of Civil Societies Kangleipak urges government to prioritize deploying of security forces in vulnerable areas in lieu of evacuating villagers. With the rise in digital world, we extend our welcome and gratitude to our viewers for supporting the most trusted and first ever OTT platform, SKTV in Manipur, that can be watched globally. Now let's take a look at the news in a bit more detail. The oath-taking ceremony of Narendra Modi for his third term as Prime Minister at Rashtrapati Bhavan is scheduled at 7:15 p.m. today. Ahead of the event, leaders of the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance (NDA) convened at Modi's official residence at Kalyan Marg. Modi briefed the elected NDA members about action plans for the upcoming 100 days, urging them to prioritize pending projects of respective departments. He emphasized that the 5-year roadmap is prepared, urging all to work towards making India a developed nation by 2047. Prior to the mega event, Modi paid homage to Mahatma Gandhi at Rajghat and Atal Bihari Vajpayee at Sadaiv Atal in Delhi. The ceremony is set to witness the presence of President Draupadi Murmu along with several international dignitaries, including Maldivian President Mohamed Muizu, Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe, and Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, among others. Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Kumar Jagnauth has also arrived in India for the occasion. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge and other opposition leaders will attend the ceremony. Delhi Police has issued a traffic advisory and deployed about 2,500 security personnel, including 5 companies of paramilitary and Delhi Armed Police, to ensure security similar to that during the G20 summit last year. Meanwhile, in Narendra Modi's third-term oath-taking ceremony, approximately 30 MPs are expected to be sworn in as union ministers of the BJP-led NDA government. However, as per reports from the Economic Times, all major ministerial portfolios in the upcoming government will be retained by the BJP. Reports suggest that coalition partners such as the Telugu Desam Party (TDP) with 17 elected candidates may secure 4 cabinet minister positions, while the JDU with 12 elected candidates could secure 2 cabinet minister positions following negotiations. Notably, agreements regarding portfolios such as home, defense, finance and external affairs have not been reached with TDP and JDU. Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, S. Jaishankar and Nitin Gadkari are expected to retain their previous portfolios. It is worth mentioning that the previous BJP government led by Modi comprised of 81 cabinet ministers. National Secretary of the Republican Party of India, RPI Athawale, Maheshwar Thaunaujam, has raised concerns about the role of Indian security forces. Speaking at a press meet held yesterday at the party's office at 11 Safdarjung Road, Delhi, Maheshwar asked whether the duty of the forces is limited to evacuating people when they are attacked by armed miscreants, despite their known strength and capabilities. He referred specifically to the tension in Jiribam since June 7 and the role of central forces during the crisis. He questioned why the forces are evacuating people instead of defending against the attacks, drawing a parallel to the previous evacuation of Kashmiri Pandits from Kashmir, which led to the region becoming a union territory. Maheshwar further emphasized that the government needs to address the issue to prevent a repeat of such scenarios. He asserted that instead of repeatedly evacuating people, it is time to resolve the crisis definitively.
Today, I am having this press conference as I was disheartened to hear that the Kuki terrorists launched a vicious attack on the Meitei villages in Jiribam, Manipur. It is devastating to witness such violence and destruction inflicted upon our fellow citizens. The question I want to ask is, how great was the attack is that the might of the Indian security forces could not protect our innocent Meitei. The decision of evacuating the Meitei from their homes, it really adds the confusion and the frustration to the people. So why they are doing so, it is really confusing. The decision to evacuate rather than directly confront the attackers raise the questions about the effectiveness of the security measures given in our state. It is really questionable. Many questions are rising. The central forces must give the adequate security to the people of Manipur, to the indigenous people of Manipur. We must recognize that the evacuation process will not be the solution.
Amid the worsening situation in Jiribam, 2 Meitei houses in Nungkhal village and Lesabitol police checkpost in Jiribam district has been allegedly torched down on Saturday around 10 p.m. by suspected Kuki militants. Reportedly, 2 personnel of Village Defense Force VDF were on duty when the militants burnt down the checkpoint. One year after the violence between Meitei and Kuki in various areas of Manipur, Jiribam has become the latest target of suspected Kuki militants. Following the brutal killing of Soibam Sarat Kumar on June 6, pushed the peace committee between the 2 communities to the edge of dissolving. During the SKTV survey at various Meitei villages located near the Kuki villages about the preventive security measures by the government, villagers expressed their dissatisfaction over the security arrangement of Assam Rifles. They stressed that despite deploying the security personnel at the vulnerable areas, the Assam Rifles deployed securities for Kuki residing at Jiribam towns. They further urged the state government to deploy adequate state forces for the Meitei villages. Furthermore, SKTV also witnessed the Rongmei Naga community pasted their identity at their gates.
Meitei singsi marak sida tareba mogi khun singsi central force matik chana ngak senon thami adubu Tamenglong district Kuki singsi tainari ba jiri district ki manung de laiba uchathon to note tongan mafam khara solari moga taina laiba masida di haireba central force bo ga so state force masida ngak senon thambagi laidaba se masidi manung da karigumba agenda gumba laibra haibase khoi su fil tawi haibadi makhoi na sokpa yaro khoi di sokki sokki noina thadok bagi kainog lakpasinadi akhoi su masida yam nungang poisi masidani सबसे मधुकी सिक्योरिटी से मोई लखत दमा अखोई सिसु लखत हनिंगी हाइबसे आई मसिन थमदे
कोई लेकाय दे सिक्योरिटी हाइबसे दी लाइत्री अखोई अहिं तुमदना कोई दुम ड्यूटी तविनी हाइदी ngak सेले हाइब को लेकाय से अदो नुपा सिंग अचा इनाउ नतगना आई नुपाना सिंग बलोइना खोगा खुन सिंगाक खोतना लेजबनी गुलाथोंदगी खुनौ हिलघाट पुनमक कोल जिबाम हाइब तारे को असिंगा गा लेजबनी asana na mayama tai tawaga thami cookie security tawbune akoi mite da asumaina amta tawde aduna akoi yam nuaite haidi tai tawbase akoi da su yauna tawbira gadi akoi thawai se penna akoi nuaina ahing tumba nuaina le jaga da bada akoi ngasi ahing tumba phangjate ba taseng na haragadi.
Convener of Imagimaira, T.H. Sujata, claimed that the violence occurred in Jiribam stemmed from the government's insufficient deployment of security forces, urging for swift action to quell the unrest within 15 days. She further criticized the government for its perceived inaction, noting that people are deeply unsettled by its failure to address the dire situation. In a press meet held at Manipur Press Club by Imagimaira, Delhi Meitei Coordinating Committee, Apunba Manipur Kanba Lup, and Khwairamban Ima Kaithel Joint Coordinating Committee for Peace, Sujata alleged that the central government is showing favoritism towards the Kuki community. She pointed out the absence of Manipur governor, chief minister, and the party president of BJP Manipur during the critical situation in Jiribam. Their absence suggests that they prioritize party interest and political positions over the welfare of the public. She further alleged that despite their year-long efforts to secure a meeting with the Prime Minister regarding the turmoil in Manipur, they have been unable to do so. However, she criticized their decision to prioritize attending celebrations with Modi in New Delhi over addressing the critical situation in Manipur. Dismissing the significance of Modi's oath-taking ceremony, she urged the governor and chief minister to prioritize resolving the Jiribam issue within 15 days. She stressed that the state government must cease unquestioning obedience to the central government, stating that silence or inaction from the state government in the face of any attempts to marginalize or harm the Meitei community is intolerable. Furthermore, she urged the Meitei residents of Jiribam not to flee their land in fear. Instead, she rallied them to stand united and protect their community collectively, assuring that the people of Manipur will discuss to attend aid and support in this critical situation. Meanwhile, she appealed to the Meitei, Meitei Pangal, Naga, and other communities to unite in solidarity, standing together to protect Jiribam and work towards resolving the issue. Besides, she also calls the attention of Center to replace Security Advisor Kuldeep if he fails to address the issue.
Irang se kanjalak pa have se masi kanjamam ji thokti have a potune koina ngasi praja gi khola oina koina tholai ba potse sigi punamate security gi thodok dai ne ba hojik tha taraum de sura da leira ba boxida jiri da du gi security tax ka baino watli no ba asida su national highway ne khoi gi chathok jasin ta lifeline gi lambi ni adom problem khudim mak thok le re ka kamaina security kan oidrim no ba basi ma khoi gi sarkar da hangbam thokpa question ne ba mana sorry haira khoi sum ja le gedra ba moi yang kai sna akoi praja se ngak toi da haira ka sumai sum tora khoi ja le gedra ba sidi ta se na center na tabok se punamak se sille ha ba se cookie gi michang chang ha ba se proof evidence le ba gum banga ta ne ba maram di asam na fal ha ba po se moi da gi da ba kai do ba gi la do to pa mata kai do ba no yum mai tha do kai do ba gi no ba ga tok do no le ga ta ni si da akoi mem na security loi tight up tor ga loi le ni ha ba po to tok da na moi na ga si hon do ta adoi ta di moi center force khudi mak su center na ha ba ta thong ya min na ga cookie gi support na ha ba se ga si proof oira ba evidence oira ba ne ji gi problem si da.
On the other hand, President of Amkil, Laurembam Nganbi, recalled past incidents in areas like Churachandpur, More, and various Kuki-dominated regions where Meiteis were slain and forcibly driven away from their homeland due to government negligence in deploying adequate enforcements. She further claimed that such inhuman torture perpetrated by Kuki militants might have occurred in Jiribam as well. Recalling the Jiribam incident where a Meitei villager was killed and numerous Meitei houses were torched down, she expressed disappointment over the Central Forces' failure to act and their role as silent spectators in the face of the violence and destruction in Jiribam. She claimed that the Central Forces evacuated the Meiteis before the Kuki militants started torching down their villages. Furthermore, she expressed her suspicion that the Indian government is attempting to systematically target and oppress the Meitei community. She further alleged that Manipur finds itself in such dire straits due to the selfishness of Manipur's MLAs and ministers.
Jirida ngasi tholeba thogdo si taseng he haiba taraga di Sorchampur amadi Moreda thogdok thokhiba matamduda sarkar china masi asugukki matik sathina thoe adu oiba taraga di Manipur sarkar amasung India sarkar na jiri ji da karai da aho arak leiri jiri ji karmain tawdana protect tawgani jiri ji aikhoi gi yamna maru oiba lamdam amasu oiri haiba se Manipur sarkar amadi India sarkar na mayek sengna Tigalakanda protect tauhodabadagi karim kathainaraga administration tawbadagi ngasi jiri da thogdok asi thogla ibani maramdi masi Manipur sarkar amasung India sarkar je khoina tainari beche kari maramgi no haiba taragadi moina neng nongmai kapa lepu haraga lepa nongmai kapa hauro haraga hauba adugi style ama khoina sapchana uba pangi aikhoi je maitei je pulak thamjalaga haningbagi puba mamu ulakpa se masi Manipur sarkar amaji India sarkar gi asoi bani masi khudak ta lep kada bani haiba sinaina thamjaningi ba.
President of the Committee of Civil Societies Kangleipak CCSK Jitendra Ningomba urged the government to prioritize deploying security forces directly in crisis areas rather than resorting to evacuations. He made these remarks during a free medical camp and social service program held at Khwairamban Kaithel No. 4, organized today by CCSK, Kanglei Kaithel Imalup, and Khwairamban Ima Kaithel Joint Coordinating Committee for Peace. Jitendra further appealed to cease evacuating people from crisis-affected areas since May 3 last year, suggesting instead that the state and central governments deploy more security personnel to protect residents in those areas. He highlighted the significance of not abandoning their homes in crisis areas, likening it to relinquishing their land to others. Drawing attention to Churachandpur as an example, he cautioned that leaving their places could result in others taking advantage of the situation.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯝꯗꯝꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯣꯟꯅꯕ ꯀꯩꯊꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯔꯤꯌꯥꯁꯤꯗ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯆꯥꯎꯗꯅ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯊꯨꯝꯗꯅ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯨ ꯎꯕꯤꯔꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯟꯖꯥꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯝꯃꯤꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯁꯤꯚꯤꯜ ꯁꯣꯁꯥꯏꯇꯤ ꯀꯪꯂꯩꯄꯥꯛ CCSKꯅ ꯀꯀꯤꯜꯒ ꯈꯨꯠꯁꯝꯅꯔꯒ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯔꯤꯌꯥꯁꯤꯗ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯧꯗꯥꯡ ꯂꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯝ ꯀꯩꯊꯦꯜ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯖꯣꯏꯟ ꯀꯣꯑꯣꯔꯗꯤꯅꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯀꯝꯃꯤꯇꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯤꯗꯦꯟꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯤꯔꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯇꯉꯥꯏꯐꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯗꯥꯡ ꯍꯟꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯊꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯀꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯈꯔ ꯄꯤꯅꯅꯕ ꯖꯦꯅꯤꯝꯁꯇ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯨꯕꯗ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯦꯛꯇꯔ ꯃꯁꯥ ꯂꯦꯡꯕꯤꯔꯛꯄ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯌꯥꯕꯤꯔꯛꯄ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯆꯥꯏꯅꯥ ꯏꯟꯁꯇꯤꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯠ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯁꯥꯏꯟꯁꯀꯤꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯤꯗꯅ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯕꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯁꯤꯃꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕ ꯂꯧꯖꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯂꯩꯉꯥꯛ ꯄꯥꯏꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯦꯀ꯭ꯌꯨꯔꯤꯇꯤ ꯐꯣꯔꯁꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯖꯤꯔꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯡ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯖꯤꯔꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯈꯨꯜꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯔꯛꯄꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯇꯕꯤꯗ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯐꯝꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯤꯜ ꯂꯩꯍꯜꯂꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯃꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯇꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯉꯥꯛꯄꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯊꯕꯛꯁꯤ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ CCSKꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯝ ꯀꯩꯊꯦꯜ ꯏꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯕ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯉꯥꯛꯁꯤꯗ ꯊꯝꯖꯔꯤ.
Meanwhile, JENIMS Director Laishram Deben underscored the primary objective of today's free medical camp, emphasizing its aim to provide preventive care for street vendors at the market to prevent potential illnesses following floods. Additionally, he mentioned that the medical camp operates similarly to an outpatient department (OPD) and is fully prepared to refer any patients needing further medical attention to hospitals.
Free health camp masi maruiba pandamdi akhoi gi khawdana ising chawkhiba Manipurda saida akhoi gi insang na pi onjariba imaiben vendor sing masi gi khudong chana bagi damakta joint committee haibadi committee ohumna sindidana CCSK haibama kakil haibama aduga maruina ima kaithel joint committee coordinating committee sina sindidana masi akhoi da JENIMS ta pau pibirakpadagi si tawdaba yadaba ithau amani haidana akhoi JENIMS ki doctor singa adagi MS in charge ga adagi doctor sing medicine gi group aduga skin gi group gynecology gi group ENT gi group adagi orthopedic gi group sumai tawdana khoina group manga thungna khaidok charaga aikhoi gi leijaba phandagi hida langthak sing se leijar akanada akhoi maseda akhoi free health camp asi tawba lakshabani sim saidana akhoi gi China Institute of Medical Science saidana akhoi gi porompata leiba makhoi su akhoi ga jointly sa thabuk tawminari.
Furthermore, President of Kakil, Oinam Thoibi, conveyed gratitude to doctors, nurses, staff of JENIMS and RIMS and CCSK members for organizing and participating in the medical camp. She urged shopkeepers not to exploit the flood situation by hiking prices and appealed to them to maintain fair pricing to avoid causing problems for the public.
Khangudara isau thokpasida amangata mayam yaw isana health sina khwaidagi maru oibeni khanjaraga akoina sigi program simta tawiu na hajarubadagi sar hoi keno hoi mayam lakpidana ngasigi keno sida phadana mateng tawbirami adagi lairiba security gi kangu adagi sigi kathel gi imaibel adagi hana laibirma imaibel mayam akoi mayam kusam nadaraga siguma program asi pangthok jabani maroina samu pot ki mamal se aduki matik wangkre adubu pot sai maman tanggelakpa adagi hingdagi maman jin omonomogi akoi di okselakta hai tare seida mo hel haibadi isaje phatragadi akoina kanagi mapan tangani ai phatawa haibase mayam loina phatrawni aduna ai sima phadaba yade aduna hel ki kem sima athuba matamda akoina tawjabani.
Federation of Haumi raised concerns regarding whether security forces evacuated Meitei villagers prior to the torching of their homes. Following the brutal killing of Soibam Sarat from Gularthon Jiribam, the district magistrate imposed a curfew under Section 144 CRPC. The Federation questioned how the Kuki militants were able to set fire to Meitei villages despite the imposition of the curfew preceding the arson attacks. In a press release, General Secretary of the Federation, Atoy Kamei, also asked, despite protecting the villagers, why the security forces evacuate the Meitei community. The statement further calls for attention of state government to launch inquiry against the district magistrate and the security forces regarding the escalating issue, which can be controlled earlier. It further conveyed deep regret and urged the public and organization to refrain from any peace talk amid the dire situation. The World Meitei Council (WMC) has called on the Superintendent of Police (SP) of Kasar District to deploy appropriate security forces at the Assam-Jiribam border due to the ongoing crisis in Jiribam. In a statement, the WMC appealed for proper security in Meitei villages including Lakhinagar, Bakhal, Digli Grant, Harinagar and Joypur in Kasar district of Assam, as the bordering area of Jiribam has been experiencing violence since June 7, as it can protect from consequences that may be occurring later. Now, furthermore, WMC has also submitted a statement to SDPOs of Lakhipur subdivision and Udharbon subdivision regarding the matter. State Secretary of CPI Manipur State Council L. Thoiden has criticized the absence of the Chief Minister, who stayed in Delhi to attend the Prime Minister's oath-taking ceremony amid the dire situation in Jiribam, labeling the decision as irresponsible. This was stated during a program held at Irawat Memorial Hall, Lamlai, in relation with 49th Annual Conference of Lamlai Local Council CPI. Speaking at the event, Thoiden questioned the Chief Minister's priorities, noting that the crisis in Jiribam was anticipated. He raised concerns about the Chief Minister's apparent lack of concern for the escalating violence in Jiribam, questioning whether he disregarded the continuous deaths of the public and perpetuation of violence in the state. Thoiden stressed the critical need for the Chief Minister to take decisive action to curb the violence. In the aftermath of Cyclone Remal, the recent flood has destructed printing press machines worth around 10 crore rupees. All Manipur Printing Technologists Association has appealed to the state government to provide compensation following a survey. During the Romancing Print 2024 Empowering Local Printers event, organized by the All Manipur Printing Technologists Association and sponsored by the All India Federation of Master Printers in New Delhi at Nailit Seminar Hall, Akampat, Ningombam Sarat Chandra, President of the All Manipur Printing Technologists Association and General Council member of the All India Federation of Master Printers, emphasized the importance of collaboration among local printers for their collective development. Highlighting about the staggering damage inflicted by the flood, he He stressed the dire situation where numerous printing stations are currently submerged underwater. Citing that the printing machines worth around 10 crore rupees have been damaged by the flood, he further appealed to the state government to provide compensation, recognizing the significant hurdles faced by the printing industry. Vice President, AIF MP New Delhi East Sanjam Surjit, President of AMPTA Jiribam Samarendra, Printing and Stationery Government of Manipur Director Atokbom Romita, among others, attended the event.
Cyclone Remana, Akogi Pinter Sing Asida, Sukimati Awa Pire, Sorapa, Pakar, Tararungi Ama, Tuangre, Ojixo, Ladiba, Kogi Press, Ahumamadi, Siman the Lady, Smite of Nakogi Press, Kuntani Pukisang, the Quick Pulam Nakwin and Sarvis Matam, the Sorapal Pakar, Taragi, Mataka, as Imang, Lady, as he put the Sigizet, Yargati Sarkana, Atu Matam the Combination, something to see Sarvita Viraga, a Sarvita the Nat of Hajero, Sarvita Viraga, Mazi Mang Taribasi, Ontangi. My other cockpit with the Nakatang Mating whenever Shinbu had enough Hajari. Thank you.
MLA of Kaisamthong Assembly Constituency Nishikant Singh Sapam inaugurated several community structures today, including a club building and community halls constructed using the Local Area Development Fund. The facilities were officially handed over to the local residents. During the inauguration ceremony, MLA Nishikant emphasized that the Local Area Development Fund is meant for the public's benefit and not for personal gain. He reiterated his commitment to not engage in bribery, a promise he continues to uphold. The newly inaugurated structures include a building for the Kaisampat Tiam Lekai Development Committee Social Welfare Club Community Hall in Nganapithong Mapal and Mayra Sang or Shed Kam Community Hall in Haubom Marag, Ngangom Lekai. World Environment Day, organized by Women Development Committee Hairop, concluded today after 5 days of activities starting from June 5. On the last day, committee members conducted a cleaning drive in the river of Hairop Part 2, Maning Lekai and its surrounding areas. During the social service camp, Secretary of Women Development Committee Ningthaujam Ongbi Premila, also known as Sunita Devi, highlighted the committee's ongoing efforts. She mentioned that the committee has been performing social service every Sunday since last year. In addition to their regular activities, they undertook special initiatives for World Environment Day, including tree planting and maintaining cleanliness in areas overseen by the HESO Club. Premila urged the public to avoid dumping chemical waste into the river and to adopt proper waste disposal practices. She emphasized that the Women Development Committee Hairop will continue its weekly social services. Premila also suggested that the provision of waste extraction vehicles by the government would significantly enhance waste management in panchayat areas. The social service activities saw active participation from members of the Women Development Committee.
Ngasi Women Development Committee asina June date 5 World Environment Day ga mari lainana pangthorako social waki thorom makhalamani akoi hanasu mamangda uchar kaya amsu thajakhare adubu akoi numi mangani chumna ngasi social work chu thorom asi pangthokjare turenda taramba amoraka ba posa kaya amsu akoi khongkachare akoi na maru oina turengi isenbu luna nana thamnabi damakta akoi sangsanjarakwa khongjang amani turenda saramaku sampu maku masida natana chemical yawba posa kaya ama thadarakba outlet masung he thadarakba asiguma mayam sina maram moraga turengi isingbo suki matik sengalakte asina maram moraga akoina thakchariba turengi ising asi thakcharubu matanda lainatina orakpa yabagi maram kaya amasu lakpasina maram moraga social wakit hamasi World Environment Day ga mari rainana mangani suboina koi pangthok jabani.
And it is now time for a short break. We'll be right back.
Admission open, admission open. Changangai da leiba Imprint Science Academy ki academic session 2024-25 ki class 11 science ki damak ming chananabagi damak form thaba hauzare. Experience leiraba oza sing na takpi tandiduna haukiba chahi singdagi ngasi fauba leptana position holder kaya puthorakli. Nupa macha amadi nupi macha singi oiba tongan ba hostel su thamjari. 5.30 CGPA amadi masigi mathakta fangba mahairoi sing direct free admission 7 CGPA amadi masigi mathakta fangba singi oina tongan ba khudong chaba sing su pizari kharadang pallabada installment transport hostel admission fee sing lemna fanghanba akhanaba scholarship piba chahi ani gi oiba lemna NEET G course sing piba asina chingbani hena ko pamarol gi damak pau biu 9362141166.
And welcome back. Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur, DESAM, organized the first state-level environmental quiz competition today across various districts of Manipur as part of World Environment Day 2024. During the event, General Secretary of DESAM, Nongthombom Thoithoiba, highlighted concerns regarding the lack of emphasis on ensuring the survival of planted saplings. Thoithoiba expressed dismay that while many participate in planting saplings for World Environment Day, there is insufficient discussion on nurturing them to maturity. He raised concerns about the growing trend of individuals seeking to profit from trees rather than fostering their growth, leading to adverse impacts on nature and climate. Recognizing the need for enhanced environmental education among students, Thoithoiba emphasized the importance of instilling awareness about the responsibility of safeguarding nature for future generations.
Asi akoina pangthokjariba environmental written quiz competition asigi nungduba wafamdi chahi khudingi World Environment Day se masi sum lakpa matamdadi koi u chara thani haibsi khangba aduga u si karmaina hingangidagi haibse masidi khoi nomuta kanagumam tamna neinarudaba aduga iroinana mairosingna akogi environment sing masak khangdaba namam kanda u hingangani haibadagi u karba tawuna hena phaigana khalakpa mi masingsina hena yamakpa masina nomu gi leijariba khallase kaitharapasina akoi mioibu khunai stage achaubo yengnaba mu oire aduna masimyam se akoi kopna yengjarakanda akoi gi leiriba mairoi singsina akoi gi tungda lakadaba generation sing stage da desamna karam kudol to we karmaina torogadi hena khangan gadagi haise masi khalak modamda akoi written quiz competition gumba ama pangthokanda environment haise karino adu environment da kari masa yawi akoi environment kan da kari mathau tage haise masi khanganabagi macha ama iroinana pangthokchaba adu gumma khagi written quiz competition haise masi mai thamjari.
Manipur Innovative Youth Organization Delhi Mayond concluded its two-day academic counseling to pursue undergraduate and postgraduate course in Delhi. Around 60 students participated in the counseling program convened at HRD Academy, Ghari. Mayond President Yengkom Gunchenba also encouraged students to reach out for assistance regarding university admissions in Delhi or for help in finding accommodation by contacting 7629-074-278 or 8131-941-027. Three-day training program on poultry management and scientific rearing organized by District Veterinary Officer Video Tamenglong, Department of Veterinary and Animal Husbandry Services, Manipur, concluded today at Nungtek Village, None District. The program, which began on June 7, saw the participation of more than 100 farmers. The training provided comprehensive knowledge on various scientific aspects of poultry management, including breeds, housing, nutrition, feeding schedules, disease prevention and control, and the importance of vaccination. Resource persons who attended were Dr. Lanchalung Malangmay, Dr. Kamay Kakhulan, Dr. G. Paulindu, and Dr. Achu Panmay. By the end of the training, the farmers expressed their satisfaction and requested the organizers to conduct similar short training programs in the future for the benefit of more farmers. Now we have the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center Lamphelpat, state's maximum temperature has reached 28 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature has dropped to 24 degrees Celsius. The maximum humidity is forecasted to be 98% in the morning and 67% in the evening. That is all for now. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Narendra Modi's third-term prime ministerial oath ceremony schedules tonight at Rashtrapati Bhavan. National Secretary of Republican Party of India RPI Athawale Maheshwar Thaunaujam asks if security forces' duty is to evacuate people when armed miscreants attack. Two Meitei houses in Imphal village, including Lesabithol checkpost, set ablaze amid escalating situation. Imagi Maira alleges Jiribam violence resulted from state government's insufficient security deployment, urges swift action to quell unrest within 15 days. And Committee of Civil Societies Kanglaipak urges government to prioritize deploying of security forces in vulnerable areas in lieu of evacuating villagers. Thank you for watching SKTV News, the first ever OTT platform in Manipur. Please visit SKTV website skyic.in to download SKTV app. You can now access Google Play Store to download the app. SKTV iOS app is now accessible on Apple App Store. For early access, use the QR code. The download link will also be pinned in all our comment sections. Join us for real-time news updates, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive analysis of current affairs in Manipur. Have a good night.